Welcome to the Echo Sportscast number 38.
I'm Jacob Brown.
And I'm Paul McLean. On today's show, we're going
to get into some baseball talk. We have some NDA coverage, some NBBA coverage stemming out North Bay Panthers baseball, as well as some North Bay Men's Baseball League.
And then in soccer, we've got some highlights from NOSSA, OFSAA Tennis results from Chippewa, Algonquin, and Schollard.
Switch over to the track and field events, covering some NOSSA championship results scattered through multiple schools.
Our spotlight interview is Tim Simpson from the Pro Sports Management.
Hitting the weight platform on powerlifting, we will touch on a Chippewa grad's recent successes.
All that and more, but first a word from our sponsor, North Bay Toyota.
Get in and go at North Bay Toyota. From the bold and adventurous RAV4 to the fuel-efficient and stylish Corolla Cross to the powerful and rugged Tacoma, there's a Toyota for everyone. Need extra space for the family? The Highlander, Grand Highlander, and Sienna. Want to go green? Check out Toyota's complete lineup of hybrid vehicles like the Prius, Camry, Crown, all-new Crown Signia, and more. Get in and go at North Bay Toyota. Visit them at 640 McEwen North Bay or toyota.com for details.
In the world of NDA Baseball, we had two entertaining semifinals. One took place and completed last Friday between the Bears and the Trojans, where the Trojans were 2-0 victors. And
congratulations, Coach.
Yeah, thank you very much. The Chippewa-Franco game got a little wet, so they had to postpone it after 3 complete, and they finished their game on Tuesday with Chippewa coming out ahead with a 6-3 score. So we'll touch a little bit on that Trojans-Bears game, which was a true duel of pitchers. We had King Mong and Ryan Spencer really pushed their way around on the mound. Yep. It was special to see. And the young man that pitched for Schollard as well, I believe Ethan Starrett is his name. He pitched extremely well. He actually threw a no-hitter against the Trojans, and we were able to, from some good fortune and some good base running, we were able to muster a couple runs against the Bears and walk away with the win. So we're really excited for Friday against a game Chippewa team who, when the game started back on Tuesday. They were down 3-1 on the reset, and they ended up coming back and winning that game 6-3 on the shoulders of some really good pitching and a couple timely hits. So I know their coaching staff's extremely excited as well to meet up with us tonight at 6:00 at Veterans Ballpark, and we're gonna hash it out, see who's gonna be the champion.
So their second time back, and you guys obviously knocked off the returning champs. So looking for a big championship game. So you want to make sure that you can get down there. I unfortunately won't be because I'll be away for a tournament. But no, it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a good cap to what was a good high school season. It was a 5-team league this year, the high school season, but every single team seemed to be competitive, and it was a really nice. Probably not a surprise to Franco, but it was a nice something for me to see. Nice, as I was here for the inception of Franco's baseball program, where it was quite lowly, and for them to really put up a strong fight, and many people probably had them as a favorite in that game against Chippewa. So their program's come a long way, and I think they're only going to get better because they're pretty young still. So really good.
Great to see. It's amazing to have the healthy league going, and hopefully that continues to bode well for the senior league as those guys want to continue to find places to play. And again, same with NBBA. Any kids that are still eligible, we're looking to keep building that because that's exciting news. We got our portable mound arrived.
Yes, how did it turn out? Good?
It looks great. It was a bit of planes, trains, and automobiles getting it to the field. It's massive. So looking forward to being able to have another mound that we'll be able to use, so that'll have some spillover for your senior tournament.
Yeah, it's going to be an essential tool. Obviously, we're gonna get to take it out for a ride the first turn around, but NBBA is gonna get to use it, and hopefully the NDA eventually. Maybe that league can grow. And I've been a long-time advocate for high school tournaments and potentially getting in on the NOSSA action. I know some things people have to talk to people and things have to go right for that to happen. But I think it would be great for this city because the work that the NBBA is doing. We talk a lot about sustainability. I think there's a great sustainable model there, which is only going to help high school baseball as early as next season. So it's going to be really cool to see that mound be used, and hopefully it works out for everybody.
So in NDA soccer action, congratulations to the varsity girls soccer team from Chippewa on their bronze medal win over the Schollard Bears. 1-0. Lily Campbell scored for Chippewa to break the 0-0 deadlock. This culminates another great season by the girls program. Saw them go undefeated in NDA play. Coach Corbett is proud of them and the work that they put in for this season. On to the next one, the big news from Chippewa as well. NOSSA champion. So back-to-back for Chippewa. Congratulations to the senior boys team for winning the NOSSA championship in Sault Ste. Marie. The boys faced the host Superior Heights in the championship match, and the two talented teams played a physical match against each other. Hudson Prisco scored the game-winning goal by heading in a corner kick from Briar Long, who I think earlier also went far down on a pretty sick goal, if we saw that on the internet somewhere. And with that championship win, Chippewa will represent NOSSA at the AA OFSAA Championships next week in Aurora. So great job, fellas, and good luck at OFSAA.
Yeah, congratulations. And Chippewa is clearly doing something special over there, building quite the soccer program on both sides of the ball, boys and girls. So it's impressive to see, and great work.
Yeah, no, I think real testament to the coaching and stuff that they've got going on. And it sounds like a few kids, Briar Long being one that comes to mind as not somebody who's playing soccer. He's busy playing hockey.
Yeah, great athlete. Yeah.
But yeah, definitely has a love for soccer and some great athletes on that team. So that's fantastic. So
awesome. Well done.
Moving into track and field, we've got a lot of results to cover because it looks like we had a lot of great action from NOSSA for North Bay schools.
Absolutely. Congratulations to the track and field team members who proudly represented the school at the NOSSA Championships in Sault Ste. Marie on Wednesday and Thursday. The team finished 7th for Algonquin. The team finished 7th out of 34 participating schools, an excellent accomplishment. Champions of the competition, Sam Panel captured first place in weight throw, and Acoma first place triple jump junior girl. Alexi Carr first place 3,000 meter in junior girls. Lee LaChapelle first place javelin throw for the junior girls. Molly Warner first place discus throw junior girls. Moving on to the silver medals, we had Lucas Panel long jump the junior boys. Dane Meyer high jump senior boys. Sam Panel dropped the record for senior boys. And bronze medals, we have Alexi Carr, 800 meter junior girls. Molly Warner, weight throw for the junior girls. Lee LaChapelle in discus, youngest girl. Emerson Tunima, high jump junior girls. Kiana Forte, 200 meter senior girls. And Dane Meyer, triple jump with the senior boys.
In Schollard, a few less results and more sports that we've actually understand and heard of before, but Tio Nadeau, gold in the sprint hurdles, and Carly Pop, gold in sprint hurdles as well. And I know that video exists too, and it was pretty cool. She blew the competition out. Like it's pretty cool watching that run. And then on to West Ferris last week. So 16 West Ferris track and field athletes traveled to Sault Ste. Marie to compete in the NOSSA Championships. After 2 great days of competition, 6 have qualified to compete at OFSAA in Toronto later this week. Top finishers include Annie Buell, first in novice women's pole vault, second in triple jump, and 4th in the 80-meter hurdles. Wes Buell, second in men's 2,000-meter steeplechase, and 4th in the senior men's 3,000-meter. Fiona Madigan, second in senior women's 100-meter, second in triple jump, and 3rd in the long jump. And plus the senior women's 4x100 relay team comprised of Annie Buell, Fiona Madigan, Carly Roy, and Taryn Wozen, as well as Shay Giroux. The alternate finished second in their race with a time of 52.88 seconds. So good luck to those athletes as they compete in OFSAA this week.
Congratulations and good luck.
On to OFSAA Tennis. From Chippewa, Hart and Lefebvre continue to roll at OFSAA Tennis. So in a match up against the gold medalists from the NCSSAA region, Hart and Lefebvre played some great tennis to win the second match and move into the quarterfinals at OFSAA. So the quarterfinal match has already happened, but we don't have results at the time that we're airing this. But good luck to Ella and Cole.
And from Algonquin, congratulations to Myla Koch and Jacob Fry for winning their first match 8-4 and their second match 8-3 in OFSAA mixed doubles. They worked hard to reach the quarterfinals, but despite their efforts, they fell 8-10 in the decisive match. Great teamwork, and thank you for representing our school so well.
And on to Schollard, OFSAA bound. Nate Hummel is on his way to OFSAA Tennis in Toronto for the male singles category. He took the first 2 games, 8-2 and 8-3 at NOSSA, then came up short in the final match, placing second at NOSSA last Monday. Congratulations to Nate from Schollard.
Congratulations, and well done all athletes.
And in the world of powerlifting, Chippewa grad Luke Nashkawa had some great results at a competition on the weekend and won bronze. So his top lifts, so in squat, 195 kilograms, which is 430 pounds. Bench press, 155 kilograms, 342 pounds. And in deadlift, 235 kilograms, 518 pounds. That's a total, for those keeping score at home, of 585 kilograms, 1,290 pounds. How much do you bench?
That's an impressive total. I've never gotten over 225, so that's 225 pounds. So that's quite the accomplishment. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, that's a lot of hard work that goes into that. So congratulations, Luke, and that's great to hear.
All right, Paul, let's talk all things Sorcerer Sports North Bay.
What's happening? Yes.
What's happening?
So actually, I would say the busiest thing we're doing right now is running around completing uniforms for all of the baseball, softball. So I know got to see the Girls Softball Association put on their opening weekend festival that they had. And your dad was there and all the other great volunteers doing a dunk tank. But what was exciting for me was the girls, even though it was quite cold, were wearing these amazing wild colored T-shirts that they designed. And I've heard some really great response from, different parents and coaches saying that the kids didn't want to take them off, and they were just wearing them on the field, even though they were maybe shivering because it was raining. But,
yeah.
And then we're doing a lot of work too, because I know some of the first select teams will be going away this weekend. So we've been scrambling, trying to get, again, a great effort from everybody on the board, lots of buy-in to really maybe raise the bar of what those girls look like. And I know as a coach, a uniform doesn't help you score or hit the ball any better, but sometimes when you look good, you feel good, and there's that sense of pride. And we also hope, too, for the associations, that's one of the things I'm always trying to pitch, is like when those kids have it and they wear it with pride, other kids see it, and that's how you start to attract more people to your sport. So, that's what we're doing, just trying to keep things going, and it's been really busy. And, yeah, tying those loose ends, getting the ball across the line for the last bit's always the hard one, when the little things, you got to fill in jersey sizes and things. But yeah, staff's been really working hard. So I want to say a big thank you to everybody on my end too at the store for how hard they're working, putting in time, trying to make sure we keep people happy.
Yeah, so. No, that's great. And obviously I'm quite involved with the NBBA. I haven't seen too much of the girls' side yet, the softball jerseys, but if they're anything like the NBBA jerseys and designs, it's quite cool the way things have come and evolved since the early 2000s, when I was wearing the same fabric that Babe Ruth probably wore in 1924. So
I think we really have some of that Stinger stuff still upstairs in an office as we're cleaning stuff out too. So I don't know, maybe that's in the future too. I was thinking a retro Stingers uniform or something, or cool. City Connect. But so that's it's kind of what's going on at the store, and in an interesting tie into sports management and the idea of running associations and how to kind of help create and give people great experiences. We had an amazing interview with Tim Simpson that you're going to get a chance to watch.
Absolutely. And Tim's full of insights and sound bites of many, many years of experience in the recreation and representative streams of sports. So it was really cool to get a chance to sit down and chat with Tim.
Yeah. So you'll see a little snippet of our interview with Tim, but if you'd like to see the whole thing, you can find it on our YouTube channel and on the Echo Sports Network. So be sure to check that out, because like Jacob said, there's a ton of great information, and Tim's clearly been thinking about a lot of ideas and sort of pushing the boundaries of giving kids those experience, kids and adults. Actually.
A true entrepreneur, for sure.
Yeah, so great interview. So without further ado, here's Tim. With us today is Tim Simpson, former North Bay teacher, longtime coach, and current owner of Pro Sports Management.
Hey, well, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show.
Right on.
So let's jump into this. You and I first met almost 20 years ago, probably now, when I was at Sport Check and you were a co-op teacher at Chippewa.
Right. Yes.
So, and then we got to know each other that way. You were obviously involved coaching then and having many co-op students kind of come through. And over the years, as your teaching career ended, you saw an opportunity and created a program. And I was always really interested in sort of your ideas behind it, and a lot of them have stuck with me. So this is great to get to interview you and ask some questions. So how did it start? Where is it? Maybe pro sports management. Talk to people that aren't aware of what you do.
So, and you're talking MBA as well, right?
Yep.
Is that what you're talking? So MBA, I had started about 32 years ago, actually. Okay. And really, I started MBA with some teachers at Algonquin at the time. And because I was trying to take my teams to a provincial, to be a threat at the provincials, and we didn't have yet in North Bay the feeder system that we needed. We were still getting good players. Doesn't mean there were some really good individual players. But to go down and compete down south, you got to have a program, not just a couple of good players once in a while. So the whole idea of the MBA was to get that going. That's why we started it. Mm-hmm. That quickly morphed into, as people left and I kind of took it over, that morphed into really become a fundraiser for rep basketball and early rep basketball. And that is really what set up pro sports. So as I got towards the end of my career, I thought, I've been doing this my whole life to raise money here and here and here. Yep. And these sports organizations were creeping up all over Canada. Mm-hmm. And there's one called Red Frog Events down in Chicago. And they ran the Warrior Dash out of Huntsville. Okay. And they would put 25,000 people there for an obstacle race. They were making about $1.8 million a year. Yep. And that interested me. Yeah. And so I thought, I've been organizing my whole life. I don't know that I can do that at this point, but I know a lot about different sports. And the second part of it was I was, by that time, burnt out a lot on competitive sport. I love competitive sport. I love to compete. But I was ready to watch people have fun. Yep. And so I started pro sports to be a fun competition type league. And then MBA just came along with that. And that's kind of how it both got going.
Yeah. I think the one for me, I've played dodgeball in the pro sports leagues, and I played probably 7-8 years ago, I played in the mixed competitive. And the one thing I found really cool about the dodgeball per se was you had anything from rec all the way up to the people that actually wanted to compete, and you had the youth dodgeball as well. So dodgeball is quite the sport too.
Dodgeball was funny. I went down to Barrie, and a girl in a bar there that I knew had asked me to come out and play for the bar team one night. I was just there for a night. Yeah. And I went out and they played this rec-style game that wasn't even like the true game, but I had so much fun. I thought, wow, that's kind of fun. Yeah. And then I went down and I played a second time, and that we played the first place team in the league, and they were 55-minute games, and they pounded us about 18-1. I looked up, it's 30 minutes on the clock. I said, there's a better way. Yeah. So I came back. I contacted the Fox radio station. Yeah. I said, I'll make you the title of the league if you just talk about, I'm not asking for ad time, just talk about us on air. Yep. And say that I'm trying to get this going. And we had 7 teams. The first year we got seven teams, and it just, boom, it took off. And within 4 or 5 years, I had organized and run the National Dodgeball Festival that I founded with Brian Risk. That became the biggest tournament in the world at the time for dodgeball. A couple hundred teams. They came from other countries all over the States. Then in 2017, I ran the World Championships for Dodgeball Canada. So suddenly I was this dodgeball person. Yeah. And it really just started in a bar. And then I told Brian one time, I said, I think we can get 200 teams to come to a tournament if we call it Nationals, because there was no Nationals. Yeah. And what? I said, yeah, we're going to do it in Ottawa. Who do you know there? Nobody. So the first year I had, a week before we had 19 teams, and it was going to be a disaster. We had this massive building. We had 19 teams. But we had 3 provinces. And so I said at the time, yeah, we're going to take a loss, but it's going to go. I have faith in it. And so we put it on. It went really well. Moved it to Barrie the next year. It jumped to 66, then 105, 120, all the way up to, I think it was 195 the last year. Yeah. Yeah. So, sometimes you just got to let life take you.
Yeah.
And that's when, then that's what it does.
Hi, I'm Graham Shaver, host of the Kindness Cast. Here to tell you the Kindness Project is back from June 9 to 13. Do something kind, big or small, and share it on social media with the hashtag KindnessNorth. Also tune in that week to North Bay Echo's original shows, To North Bay with Love, Backroads Bill, Echo Essentials, and the Echo Sportscast featuring guests and topics all about kindness. The Kindness Project is powered by CMHA North Bay and District, helping to raise mental health awareness and create positive change in our communities, because kindness makes us all feel better. Head to kindnessnorth.ca to learn more.
Hey North Bay, it's time to celebrate. The city is turning 100 and Homewood Suites by Hilton North Bay invites you to the party. Be at home in our spacious suites, each featuring a kitchen. Yeah, a real kitchen. Also, enjoy our comfy living spaces and brand new fitness gear so you can keep feeling great while staying on budget. Planning a big bash or business event? We've got the perfect meeting spaces right here on site. Plus, with our partnerships at The Grand and Stock Transportation, your guests and delegates are in great hands. Want to know the best part? We're right beside the beautiful Cape Paceway, steps to North Bay's lively waterfront, and moments from downtown's shopping, dining, and entertainment. Celebrate the Centennial with us all year long with an exclusive discount. Just use the code Centennial when booking your stay. Be at home with Homewood Suites by Hilton North Bay. Join the party today at 495 Oak Street West or call us at 705-495-3000.
Moving on to club sports, we've got a phone call-in conversation with Corey from Action MMA, kind of updating us on the results from last weekend's card, and we talk a little bit about what's coming up and where you can go for more information or what you want to do if you're looking to join and do any level of combat sports.
Yeah, very cool. And you, any background in MMA, mixed martial arts, anything like that?
Other than the fact that I was at the very first GSP fight in Montreal for UFC, but I'm just a spectator.
You were wearing a GSP headband.
Yeah, I was very excited there. That was fun. I wasn't sure what to expect when I went to that event. I didn't know if it was going to be a lot of big dudes walking around in Affliction t-shirts, but it was like being at a Vegas fight. It was wild. The whole town was done up and exciting. So yeah, I'm not really much of a fighter. My record would probably show that. So, but no, I have so much respect for it, and it's just the ability to, to have to think so quickly and planning your moves and again, a great way to stay in shape and keep your mind active at the same time.
Yeah, and I think it's another sport that's not really. It doesn't really ever get its due, and how impressive it really is. Like you said, you got to manage your gas tank, you got to manage the damage you take and the damage you can inflict and things like that. So again, mad respect to the individuals involved.
Corey touched on it too about, and I think that it might be one of those sports sometimes that can lead to a way for people sometimes maybe without direction to find some direction and really focus and channel that energy. So I think it's been a really great thing in a lot of people's lives. So.
Not necessarily just for competition. I know many police officers and people in the first lines and things like that. They take a lot of personal self-defense stuff, and that's all leads back to.
And I'm bad at re-asking questions when people are kind enough to ask me the question. What's your background in? Another goalie that just kind of stays out of the fight.
Yeah, another goalie. Little trapper to the teeth here, a blocker to the back here. Not really, kind of, sort of. But no, if I were to get into a mixed martial art, mine would likely be boxing. You get me down on the ground, I'm probably just going to sit and suffocate you. But boxing would probably be my thing if I had to pick.
Well, Corey, just maybe talk to us about, the event. I know Dave and I spoke about it last week and kind of gave the rundown, I think, of some of the people about who were some of the feature matches and what kind of came at the end of, like, what were some of the best highlights of the night?
So we had on the main card, we had Bradley Gardner, Arthur Maillet, with also Louis Sutherland for the Columbia event for a Northern Fights belt.
And so with that, like, is this some, like, have you got, you know, will this lead to future fights between some of these guys? Like, is that part of how you're setting these cards up?
Yeah, active. We're busy supporting all of full contact combative arts events. We've been doing it since 2009, and we're busy, active. We've got True North Fights in Timmins, June 21st, where the athletes are going to be going and showcasing and developing as well with the experience with every match they do take on, and then we're hoping to have more matches in the future, but we're definitely an active club.
What are some of the biggest challenges for you when it comes to putting a card together?
Putting a card together, that's one thing. Being on a card like Northern Fights is also another thing, because you've got 7 athletes from 1 to 11 out of 12 fights, and you've got to have your coaches paired. An unorganized team is not a successful team. So right from the coaches down, everybody plays a pivotal role in our team's success. And
where's True North Fights? Where do they hold that out of in Timmins? Is that?
It's hosted, it's an in-house event, and it's hosted at Total Martial Arts Academy's a center where they work out.
How do people get involved? Like, if you're a fan of mixed martial arts and combat sports, and you want to get your kids involved, like, how is that a part of what you guys are doing as well? Like, bringing in and doing training in-house here?
Well, we're all the way from recreational to pro. So you're never a beginner once you start. This sport, be it any type of mixed martial arts, is saving, or if not changing, people's lives and giving them the direction to help them find their super self and kind of fly with that or torch with the flame, if you want to speak.
Good luck on the getting ready for the Timmins card, and then maybe we can call you back when the weather's a little bit better and have a conversation about how that went.
That's for sure. And a couple other things that we've got, stewing in the pot for the near future in North Bay.
Jumping around, I actually had the privilege. I was totally surprised. So my daughter Brooklyn is doing the North Bay Youth Volleyball Club's beach volleyball, and that kicked off Monday night up at Nipissing. And I knew that this has been in the works for actually 3 years now, about the club putting some volleyball courts up behind the soccer field, kind of wedged in between there in the parking lot. But I hadn't really seen or any drawings or ideas of what it was. And I got up there, and it's incredible. You've got 4 courts. They were still trucking the sand in as the kids were playing. So I know they were a little frustrated trying to it was over 40 truckloads of sand. That is like Olympic grade quality of beach sand, and it was coming up from Huntsville, I guess. So the clip we're going to show has got the actual dump truck dropping it off while 3 other courts are going on. But they've got this turf area. They're cranking the tunes. The weather was great on Monday night, which was a nice relief after how bad the month of May has been. And yeah, if you haven't got a chance to see it, it's amazing facility. It's great to have. And I think, that club is really doing well, and you're just seeing it grow in leaps and bounds. And beach volleyball is an amazing sport. So hoping to see some events.
That's incredible. I haven't had an opportunity to get up there and check it out yet, but I'll have to do that. I'll probably miss the dump trucks, but
the dump trucks are gone now. But I think it'd just be so impressive at this little complex that they've been able to put together. And I know they're talking, they've got a C-can there that they're able to store all their equipment in, but they want to sort of transfer that into like a bit of a VIP seating section, and even just the embankments on it. I can see how, it could grow into a place to have some bleachers, and hopefully we can get some of those world-class events back, and some of the OVA summer training too. It's really good. Jumping around as well, do some baseball. I know a big weekend for the North Bay Panthers. So we've got in the 9U division, the Ramit Panthers were up in the Sioux, and the Sioux is, I think, I'm looking forward to, you're gonna have the group of kids that are gonna come in and they're just gonna knock the socks off the Sioux. So, but anyways, the Ramit squad got up there, ran into a tough U9 Sioux Black Sox in 4 exhibition games this past weekend at Sinclair Yards in Sault Ste. Marie. So they had, and this is pitching machine, so this is very high scoring. But I know there was one game was 27-25, but extremely close. They were down by 12 runs going into the bottom of the 5th, and the Panthers stormed back to score 15 in their final 3 chances up the bat. And that was the closest game of the weekend. But the Ramit U9 Panthers baseball team is comprised of Adrian Hosen, Ben Leframbois, Blaise Pertrula, Dallas Manette Taylor, Elijah McCann, Jacob Rickson, Jason Pickle Sukram, Jude Martell, Kieran Blatch, Mason Auger, Michael Petro, and William Leggett. Next up for the Panthers, they'll host the Northern Sandlot Tournament in North Bay, which begins tonight. All games taking place at Kelly and Hanley Field beside Pete Pelangio. They'll be playing the Muskoka Hornets, the Valley East Junior Voyagers, and the Brantford Tigers are all in their division. So this is first, so we'll be at the field all weekend trying to get our feet wet with our first of 6 tournaments that we're hosting. So
get your feet wet. Hopefully a dry weekend.
Hopefully a dry weekend.
Yes.
Maybe I get my feet dirty as I'm dragging the beach or dragging our fields and keeping them nice and. But Laura is working really hard, kind of finalizing the details. We're really looking forward to these tournaments and putting on a good show. I've got. So the winning team is going to be able to design their own custom jerseys.
Cool.
That we're going to include for them, and they get to leave with those or order them when they leave. We've got a really cool mini Golden Glove trophy for every kid on the winning team, as well as a big golden bat. That they
got a little sneak peek at the bat. Those look pretty cool.
Yeah. So we'll have that at the 7U tournament too.
Awesome.
So we're looking forward to just kind of trying to make we got to make a name for ourselves. We want to get hopefully some viral video and some good experience, so those people will go back home and they can, talk about their tournament experience in North Bay, and we want to just continue to make that grow.
Yeah.
As well, the 11U, I guess maybe call it Source for Sports Panthers. Did a home and home with the Valley. So we played their 10U team, and I'm just trying to grab some of these scores here. Played the 10U team on Saturday, and our boys won the first game 20-0, and that was on the heels of Hunter Cohen and Emmett McLean throwing a no-hitter together. And then the next game we played was 14-4. We beat those guys, and then they came back here on Sundays with the 11Us, and we were able to pick up another win, 12-4. And then I think all of the winning maybe got to the boys' heads a little bit, and a long day, so dropped a tough one, 6-3, but some great pitching from the Valley East team too. So again, it's just amazing to see where these kids have gone. It's really easy for me to remember 4 years ago when we showed up to fields that I don't think we knew what we were playing by the time you saw it. So it's come a long way. Our boys are going to be doing the same flip-flopping with the 10Us and 11Us just in reverse this weekend, but I'll be at the ball fields busy. And if anybody wants to be involved, past volunteers, people wanting to get back out in baseball, we're always looking for more hands.
Yeah, awesome. And speaking from experience, obviously, volunteering at a baseball tournament or any tournament over the weekend, as a youth or an adult, it's a fun, rewarding experience, and you get to meet some new people and watch some good athletes out on the ball diamond. So.
Let's kick it over to the senior league. What's going on in men's senior baseball?
Yeah, so we're through. Unfortunately, we had a rain out on Wednesday evening.
Yep.
So we're 3 weeks in now, 3 kind of abbreviated weeks in. The standings right now is Lavrock's at the top, sitting 4-0. Eastside Mario's sitting 3-0 in second place. The U18 Panthers are off to a nice start as well at 2-1 in third place. The Asante Wealth Management Club sitting in fourth place with a record of 2-3. Gateway Landscaping's in fifth with a record of 1 win, 2 losses. And plug your ears, Paul. It's the Source of Sports team is 0-6 right now.
It's bad ownership, I think. Is
Yeah,
the
well,
yeah.
start playing some money ball and get them in the right direction.
Yes, we need some money ball and maybe major league action to kind of rally them for the second half.
Yeah,
But
the one thing I've noticed, being obviously the convener of the league and a participant in the league as a player, both sides of the ball have been receptive to the idea of this 6th team coming in, and it's never easy doing that, right?
Yep.
There's guys that want to play, and nothing wrong with playing slow pitch, but there's something to be said about playing baseball and getting in there and having that next level. So we'll work it out, and that team will be competitive. I'm sure by the end of the year they'll be in one-run, 2-run ball games. It'll be good.
It's an expansion team, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we haven't quite adopted the NHL rules where expansion teams now get to get shot out of a cannon. We're kind of in the old school ones. So, I'll have to do a little bit of work and see what we can do. But, yeah, like you said, like those kids are out there, and we just want to get them in and continue to grow the league because you're offering a great experience to people to still continue to play high-level competitive baseball. It's amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And that's kind of the whole idea. And the last 2-3 seasons, getting an opportunity to work with you and the NBBA, it's been awesome. And it's only a matter of time before, it's happening this season. We're able to run tournaments from 7U all the way up to 19 plus, which is covering the whole landscape of baseball in Northern Ontario and bringing teams in from Southern, Northern, Eastern Ontario, which is exciting. So
and we'll be continuing to work on that. As we get smarter and, learn all the little tips and tricks, we'll be able to, start hosting some provincial championships too, get our kids a chance to play in big events like that at home in front of their fans. So
absolutely.
One of those things too, you and I keep talking about indoor training facility, and we're kicking tires. So this is a plea to anybody that might have some, a little bit of warehouse space that's collecting dust, or an unused hangar. We need some place to set up some batting cages and that. The dome is fantastic. It's been great for us to use training wise on the full field, but some of this technical stuff doesn't need the dome, but also it has a lot of setup, so we don't really have time in to be taking it down and putting it back up. So that's something. So anybody there that loves baseball and wants to help us continue to raise the experience level, let us know. We're all ears.
Space will be put to great use. Sticking with MBBA, this is a last chance registration here on Friday to get your child registered for the MBBA PD Day camp. Taking place on, I believe, Monday, June 9th, if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Yeah. Okay. So, so we have room in that camp. It'll be run by experienced coaches. Full day. I believe it's an 8:30 drop off and 4 p.m. pickup, taking place out of Veterans Ball Diamond. So it'll be a good experience for all.
Yes. Yeah. You guys did such an amazing job with it last year. So anybody that has done it knows what we're talking about. And we really tried to look at it like, it's a PD day. It's a disruption in parents' schedules. So drop your kids off, let them have some fun playing baseball with their friends or meet some new friends, and come pick them up at the end of the workday, and they'll sleep well that night.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll put them to work for sure.
All right. Well, I think that wraps number 38 for us. Thanks for stepping in and continuing to be such a valuable guest host for us.
Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
And for everyone watching, be sure to share and like. That helps to grow our audience and helps to let us know what we're who to talk to and what to talk about. So for the Echo Sportscast number 38, I'm Paul McLean.
And I'm Jacob Brown.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Dear North Bay, as a single mom and full-time student, life can feel overwhelming and budgets are always tight. But one thing I never question is how deeply I care about my community. When I began volunteering at the North Bay Regional Health Centre, I saw firsthand how much the healthcare system means to people, especially when life takes an unexpected turn. It made me think, what if it was my child, my parent, or my friend that was in need of care? That's when I realized I wanted to do more, to be part of something bigger than myself. I joined the I Give Monthly Club because even a small monthly gift can have a meaningful impact, helping ensure everyone in our community has access to the care they need right here at home. If you believe in strong, local health care, I hope you'll join me. Sign up at nbrhcfoundation.ca or call 705-495-8125. It's simple and it matters. With gratitude, Kim Cosgrove.